back to That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we just watched Late Night with the Devil. It just came to Shudder, and it was awesome.
Dude, holy grandma's cleavage on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
This movie was fantastic.
What?
Let's play our awesome theme song and get to it.
Let's talk about the devil.
That horror couple.
Oh, yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe. A live television broadcast in 1977 goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living room. Directed by Cameron and Colin Carney. Starring David Dastmalchian, Laura Gordon, and Ian Bliss.
Any relation to Alexa Bliss?
It's just the second you started talking, I stopped listening.
I don't believe so, but I could be wrong.
Oh my god, dude. Shudder, man. They have The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob.
Joe Bob is back in town.
And when they put out original films, Shudder films, I love it.
I love it too. Awesome.
I mean, as laggy as the app is, and how often the app locks me out, and it doesn't accept my password even though I have the damn thing right.
The right password.
Yeah. When they drop a good movie, it makes up for it.
It does.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So
It makes
thank you,
yeah.
Shudder.
Yeah, thanks, Shudder.
Although that shit is mad laggy.
Yeah.
It is.
And it locks us out at the worst time, right when the drive-in's about to start, at like 5:57. We can't get in.
You also can't rewind that app for shit. Like,
No.
yeah. Oh, but anyway, on to the positives.
Yeah.
What do we like about this film?
I love the cast in the movie, actually. I loved our main character, talk show host, Jack. I thought he was like really like friendly and awesome and just took on the persona of like Jimmy Kimmel, like
Right.
Stephen Colbert kind of thing.
I definitely dug the vibe of this film,
Mm-hmm.
the whole time period. This film, like, it just looks like I'm watching like old school grainy 70s television.
Or Rob Zombie.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or like All in the Family.
You don't know nothing about Lady Liberty standing there in a hop.
And they kind of like captured that like Johnny Carson, like old school vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And the story here is this guy's competing with Johnny Carson in the late night ratings,
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to get his ratings up. They're dropping, but so he's doing anything he can to like
Silly skits,
yeah,
like random
to
weird
show,
stuff.
to
yeah.
show interest. So he decides to have this late night Halloween special live on Halloween,
Halloween night.
which makes this a Halloween watch
It
now,
does.
which is totally chill.
It is now added to our Halloween
Totally
watches.
cool. Yeah, I loved it, man. I love the look of it. I love the feel of this movie. I just love the whole like atmosphere of it. And something about old footage is
love it
creepy.
too,
It's just
yeah.
creepy to me. When you watch old footage, whether it's black and white or whether it's like old school 70s, something about it looks like scary to me. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it.
I agree. No, I love the 70s like vibes, the aesthetic. Like it's very like in the Exorcist in the way that it takes place during that kind of time period. So it gives you all the vibes that movies like The Exorcist, The Omen, even Jaws. I was like stuff that came out in the 70s. They're dressed like they're from the 70s. The ambiance is very 70s.
You ever
TV,
notice like people from the 70s looked older? They look like they're like 50. And
like
they're-
Edith and Archie?
Yeah, they look like they're 60 and they're like 35.
Yeah,
like,
it's really weird.
It's like I'm 35. They set the tone too with the way they told this in like a documentary style.
I loved
And
it.
they kind of showed everything that was going on around that time period, whether it be like Vietnam or whether it be like the Manson family or whether it be like
The satanic rituals.
yeah, like Anton LaVey was big at that time, so they kind of showed like some like they were showing like flipping through the news channels. They showed like all the stuff that was going down at that time period.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that and how the documentary type style setup. It set up Jack and his talking about his life and how he became a late night talk show host. Talks about his late wife Madeline, how she got sick.
Well, they were hinting that he was dabbling in the satanic arts, weren't they?
That he was up in the woods with a group of men, like in some kind of secret club.
Yeah.
But it was like wink, wink, that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing in the woods.
Yeah, I'm like, he's part of some cult, and I'm like, what cult is it? I don't know, but then I was like, I think it was hinted that like he's dabbling in like the satanic arts or whatever.
Yeah.
I listen to heavy metal, but that's about as far as it goes.
Do you like metal?
So the main character is Jack Delroy, and he's the host of this show. He has his sidekick Gus, and he starts his late night live Halloween show. There's jack-o'-lantern there. They had the studio audience. Everybody looked very 70s. I love that.
Yeah, some Halloween
And-
costumes. Looked like a Halloween 3 skeleton mask in there too. That was
Exactly.
pretty cool. Yeah.
So on the show, he has a median, this guy Chris Dew, and he's kind of like
Leo? Or no, that's the psychic.
no, like John Edwards from back in the day.
Okay.
I think that's his name, John Edwards.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember, he's like, I sense a B, a name with a B, a name with an A.
I know what you're talking. I think I know what you're talking about.
So
yeah.
he had a median on. They were kind of doing that thing, and then they had a possession story from this girl Lily, and that was a crazy scene too. And the median was like,
he started freaking out. His eyes were rolling in the back of his head. Was really
his
freaky.
eyes turned purple. Did you see that? All right,
Yeah.
so this live show is not going well.
No.
And he brings on June Ross Mitchell, and then he brings on this little girl Lily, and June Ross Mitchell is actually a parapsychiatrist.
She studies at the outer rim of psychology, like the dark part, the stuff that people can't explain, that's supernatural.
That
or
was
whatever.
super cool though too, because we got taken back to that documentary footage, and like we saw all the examinations and all the
whatever they were doing,
all the experiments, which was pretty cool. I also liked how this film went from black and white back to color, black to color. It was very visually appealing. Oh, dude, and that girl Lily, the way she
very creepy. Good acting.
The way she looked into the camera freaked me out. She was like,
yeah.
dude, I'm like,
she was very happy to be there, but in a creepy way,
Dude, but then eventually, we find out that the host, Jack Delroy, his wife was struggling with cancer, and she's sick, and I think she passed.
Yeah.
So she starts talking to him in his wife's voice.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
So we're getting some Reagan-style demonic stuff going down in this film. This is 70s possession.
Yeah, done well.
But it's not you wouldn't mistake it for The Exorcist or anything.
No.
Well, and then he has this dickhead skeptic on, which this character was
Carmichael Hay.
Oh, he was a total dick. This guy.
Yeah.
Carmichael Hay comes on to try to discount everything, kind of like in The Conjuring when he's like, the moon's not made of cheese.
Yeah, and then Ed and Lorraine Warren were getting so mad.
Yeah.
And,
they had this going on. Eventually, they egg on June Ross Mitchell to do this what was it, an exorcism or some?
She called Mr. Wriggles, which is the demonic presence that lives within Lily. She called it forward,
it's
and
her
the little
Captain
girl.
Howdy.
Yeah, it's her Captain Howdy. She's strapped down to the chair, but when she calls the demonic presence forward, Mr. Wriggles comes out and he starts messing with the lights. Lily begins to levitate in the chair while she's restrained because he's in charge, and the skeptic's like, fake.
That was crazy, dude. Lily looked totally busted too. She looked totally
when she became possessed, her skin had cracked and she had marks on her face. Yeah, dude, they did really good with the makeup.
She was a cute girl to begin with, but then when the possession started happening, it was kind of like when you see somebody online and then you meet them up for a Tinder date and they don't look like their profile picture at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, ugh. No, but dude, it was nuts, bro. It kind of reminded me of The Exorcist, but what was cool about this film, it was in front of a studio audience.
I love that aspect of it too.
It was like a live possession thing, and they were I think they said the power of Christ compels you. They did say that. They literally said that.
They did.
So
That was a little, wink wink to The Exorcist. And they also name dropped Ed and Lorraine Warren because the skeptic guy, he's like, I've been to Amityville and Ed and Lorraine would not meet me there.
Yeah, so they also dropped the Amityville house. They had footage of the Amityville house.
That was really cool,
There's so much cool footage in this that horror fans would eat up.
I think so. I definitely think people would like this movie.
I didn't just eat this up. I licked my plate clean.
Okay.
With my tongue. And then to be fair, because it's a live show and he wants to give both sides the opportunity to talk. Do you remember when he gave that skeptic guy?
Carmichael Hay.
Yeah. And he was messing with his co-host Gus and the worm scene, dude.
That was gross. I was like, oh, that was a little, yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
Oh, dude, that was terrible, man. No, so I did notice though it was practical effects. So this thing is very cool, and it does look like old school 70s horror.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That part was gross, but it was done very well.
Eventually, this possessed girl becomes Super Lily. Super Lily.
Yeah.
It's wild, dude.
Like Homelander from The Boys.
No, but she starts screwing up the whole talk show set. Dude, it's like Carrie at the prom.
It is. It's very intense.
It's Carrie at the prom. It's surreal. And, dude, she takes out people, person after person. I don't want to spoil everything, but stuff gets caught on fire.
Yeah.
Glass gets shattered. Everything just gets destroyed, and it's fantastic and awesome and intense.
Yeah, the twist is really cool.
Dude, it's really cool. And then, basically, it's totally like a mind trip, because it goes back into, the host most of the show's point of view.
Jack's
like,
point of view,
out of
yeah.
nowhere, and it's very surreal. It's very trippy, and I got like a Twilight Zone vibe. I swear to God,
kind of, right?
I got like a
Yeah.
Twilight Zone vibe from this. Basically, I think the moral of the story is don't fuck with satanic shit.
Don't go in the woods with a bunch of dudes and like, you know, promise yourself to a demonic presence and think they're not going to take anything.
I haven't gone into the woods with a bunch of dudes since I was in camp.
Oh, okay.
And,
like Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I was experimenting.
Oh.
Doesn't count. You can pleasure each other with your foot.
Like Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, I mean, what I got from it was like the guy was competing with Johnny Carson. He wanted television ratings, and he was dabbling with like the darker side.
Yeah, the demonic
And
possession and
he's
stuff.
basically he's like, I'll do anything to get ratings. And basically he sacrificed his wife's health, he sacrificed his own sanity, he sacrificed everybody's life.
People close to him, yeah.
People close to him. And technically he got the ratings because everybody was watching his fricked up Halloween special. So he got everything he wanted, but it was at such a cost.
Yeah.
And the ending of this movie is totally like, oh man. And it ends in like such an intense, cool way.
It's very reminiscent to Tom Atkins in Halloween 3 when he's like, turn it off! Turn it off!
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Any dislikes? Do we have any dislikes?
I'm trying to think because I really, really enjoyed the movie as a whole, so I can't really nitpick too much and say there's too much I disliked about it because this is kind of right up my alley of the kind of horror that I like. So it was very enjoyable. It was very well paced. I enjoyed the characters. Like
I did.
I like how they put in a little things at the beginning here and there that made you think, and you're like, this comes into play later and it comes back up.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
There's a lot of twists and turns. A lot of times it took things a while to get where they were going.
Okay.
I say focus in. You kind of pay attention.
Pay attention
to
from the
little
very
things.
beginning, yeah.
It's not a dislike. I'm just saying like there's a lot of twists and turns, and there are things that take time to build up before the big like holy hoo-ah
Yeah.
climax. That means.
I know. As far as final thoughts of the film, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm very happy we got to watch it at home.
Did we have any dislikes?
I didn't have a dislike for this movie.
Basically, just the Shutter app sucks. It's
Yeah.
it's very laggy. That's my dislike.
Yeah. Because I didn't have anything else bad to say about
Final
it.
thoughts, go.
Final thoughts of the film. My score is an 8 out of 10 because I thought it was very well done. I love the characters, the atmosphere, the ambiance, the cinematography, the music, the build-up of everything, the end of the movie.
Raise the roof,
woo!
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Raise the roof.
I enjoyed it. So
Everybody
8 out
at
of 10.
home. Everybody at home, raise the roof. You know, I'm with you. For all the reasons you just mentioned, I think it's a great movie. It's a good callback to 70s horror.
Yeah.
It feels like a 70s horror. It's a dark movie. It's an interesting movie. I give it a 9.
Oh, not okay.
Dude, I give it a 9.
Okay,
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I did too. So make sure you guys are commenting down below to let us know your thoughts. Have you seen Late Night with the Devil? It is now on Shudder, so make sure you get the Shudder app. You can check it out. Leave your comments down below. Let us know what you guys thought. Make sure you're checking out our subscribe button. Click it because it says most of you guys are not subscribed who watch us, so we would really appreciate it if you click the subscribe button.
And I know what you're thinking. Rob, you have a sick hat on. And I do. Tell them, Kaylee.
We also have a store next to our community tab is our store tab. You can find wonderful products just like this hat right on our spread shop page. It is that horror couple hat. It is very comfortable, Rob says, and it's got a cool ass design on it. So make sure you're checking it out. We also have this on t-shirts and mugs, and I think another kind of hat, a beanie. Yeah, so just check it out, guys. I think it's cool. Maybe you will too.
Oh, you will.
Yeah. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It means the world to us. We also have a super thanks option down below if you want to donate to the channel. If you're feeling generous, we appreciate it so much. If you could just subscribe, hit the bell, that means the world to us. Thank you guys so much for coming back and watching our videos. We really enjoy doing this. We love making content for you guys, so please make sure you are hitting the bell so you can stay up to date with all of that horror couples content. Once again, I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Rob.
And we hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace out. Party with the devil.